Yowza, yowza, yowza. I don't know if I can get it to work on your phone. I think I can.
Happy Thursday.
Happy Thursday. I'm going to let the sponsors have their time for a couple of minutes. But wanted to send out a respectful shout out to our veterans on this Veterans Day. Much respect to them for what they do and what they've done and what they continue to do. I don't really want to say Happy Veterans Day, but I want to certainly acknowledge, show respect, and it's a very important Veterans
Your father
Day.
was in the service.
Yeah, my dad was in the Army.
My brother was a Marine and got a Purple Heart, and my uncle was killed in the Korean War.
So there you go.
Respect.
Yes, it is. It's all about the respect. And I don't know about what's happening with your phone here, but I've got a show to do.
Forget my phone.
I'll tell you, happening now. Is this it? Let's see. Not happening now. I can't keep up with this phone. Go ahead, take it.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Let's get in the craft.
Yeah.
Here we are. How are we doing? We're doing good. We're doing good. Yeah, man. I was going to do like the flag thing, but I don't know. I thought that might have been overdone. And the truth of the matter is that without the veterans, we wouldn't be able to have this kind of show, this kind of fun, this kind of freedom. I mean, I don't want to overdo it, but much respect to our men and women and all people. Let's be totally as politically correct as we can be to all of our
and the dogs,
people and the animals.
Yep, because there's dogs that go
right.
That. I got it on my phone.
What you got it?
Yeah. Monkey's flying the plane.
Monkey is flying the plane. Okay, so we should crash any minute.
Okay.
Well, hey, we have a little news every day for you, and I'm proud to tell you that today we have started streaming on LinkedIn. And I see you one person there on LinkedIn, I see you. And I thank you for watching.
Hello, LinkedIn.
Yep, hello, LinkedIn.
Last night we had somebody on YouTube, so...
We had quite a few people on YouTube, and we've had some Twitch people, and we've got Twitch people tonight, and thank you all, because without you, I'm just sitting here like an idiot talking to a screen. Which wouldn't be the first time I did that, but, hopefully there's somebody out there listening, and I know our good friends are out there, and we're picking up new fans and new listeners all the time, and that's what it's about. And the cool part about it for me is I'm making new friends. If you saw last night's show, right? I mean, Rich Verge
was great.
He was spectacular, and that's the fun of this business. It's kind of like cousins you never met at a wedding that you didn't want to go to, and then all of a sudden it winds up being the best day of the month, right? And that
never happened to me.
Because you were never invited to any weddings. They knew who you were.
Cousins didn't want to see me.
Yeah, don't want to see that one. I'm happy to see you, though.
There you go.
And that's all you need to worry about.
Who else is?
Who else?
Al DeMella.
Did you catch that last night? We've got Kristen Capolino on the show tonight, and Lori's running down her credits, and, she doesn't know much about
About?
Anything, really. She certainly doesn't know a lot about Al DeMella. Nobody knows anything about Al DeMella. Al DiMeola, I know about, Angus knows about, and I'm sure Kristen knows about, but...
Well, she played with him.
Lori, not so much. I mean, she just couldn't wait to shout it out. At the end of the show last night, she's like, we said goodnight to Rich, and don't forget tomorrow night.
I said Kristen Capolino,
Thank God you got that right.
who played with Al DiMello.
Al DiMello.
Oh,
Al DiMeola.
Well, we had
She
that
played with
too.
quite a few people.
yeah.
Besides Al DiMello. God. And to that point, let me show you a little bit about this talented musician. Right? I mean, she's rocking the skull. You know, we did the skull on our Secrets and Symbols of Rock and Roll, and she's and she's playing the Flying V, which is very cool. I think she also plays a PRS and so on and so forth. But we'll talk to her about gear, and we'll talk to her about a whole lot of things, because she's a very respected musician. And wow, is that like a lighten up Marshall?
No, you'll have to ask her.
Yeah, I absolutely will ask her. And there's some more symbols and secrets of rock and roll. So that's Kristen, and we're happy to have her on the show today. And that was a beautiful little photo vignette done by our very own Al DiMello. No, Angus.
Yes. McEachran.
Yeah, Angus McEachran. Nice job there, Angus. I don't know if you're watching or not. Go help Stella with her vocal exercises. Ought to be interesting. I mean, why don't you teach her to sing, bro? You can sing.
Yeah, but that's her dad.
I know. That's like teaching your kid to drive, I guess.
Yeah, that doesn't work.
No. No.
Didn't
Well,
work for me.
we wouldn't. Well, that's right. And I learned to drive without my mother, so it was.
I would think.
Yeah, I did. When my mother said it's time for you to learn how to drive, I said I already know how. She couldn't quite figure that one out, but I had a girlfriend with a car that was older than me, and
You were driving that car.
I was driving that car. It was great. It was great. So anyway, get back to the Secrets and Symbols. This is Monday night. Don't forget Monday night, and I believe Monday night's subject is going to be owls.
Ooh.
Yeah, owls. You know how we like owls.
We
We
love
love
owls.
we love an owl. And down here we have here comes Kristen again. Well, why not?
We have those little burrowing owls down
Yeah, the burrowing owls. We have the ones that and it's weird, the burrowing owls, because if they're on your property while the construction is being done,
It must stop.
it must stop
If
because
it's
they're in
nesting
danger.
Season, if it's nesting season.
Oh, just if it's regular season, you can just run them over?
Well,
I don't think so.
no.
Well,
No.
all right then.
But they're
All right.
protected, those little owls. We don't have any in our yard. There was
No,
one in
and
the
I'm
parking
surprised.
lot.
I'm surprised that we don't have any in our yard, because you would think we would.
Yeah.
Because we have a.
They live more towards Cape Coral. I don't know why.
It's probably the mortgage rates are cheaper in Cape Coral or something. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know. You don't know. I don't know. So, going to be an interesting show tonight. I love meeting new musicians, and I don't know Kristen. I've been learning a whole lot about her, and so it'll be fun to talk about some of the things that she's been through. And let's see. Oh, guess who's knocking at my door?
Al DiMello?
No, not Al DiMello. My God, please. Don't do it to me. Hey! You're,
Here.
There I am. Now I'm in.
yeah, hey, you're good. You're good. Hi.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you. Have you been listening to my wife screw up your credits?
Oh, no. She did a great job.
I got you right.
Yeah, she got you right. That's what really matters. And yeah. So, nice to see you. How are you?
Oh, doing very well. How about you?
I'm doing great. I'm floating around out here in space.
I was about to ask.
Yeah,
How's it going up there?
It's good up here. It's good. There's no COVID. I'm good. It's good. There's also no gigs, but it's
Talk about rocking to another world.
Exactly right. I'm the Rocket Man, I guess, something like that. But
Yeah.
I decided to go for the neutral background. In the beginning when I first started doing the show, I had the studio in the background. Then I tried the gold records, and I was like, nah, I'm more of a space cadet. Always been. So this is where I belong, I suppose. And
Oh, it's awesome. I'm a Trekkie, so I was like, I love all that stuff.
oh, wait a minute now. What?
The old school, yes, the
That's
original
old.
series.
And
Yep.
are you old school? Are you old school like original series, or are you
Yes.
next generation?
Original series. I watched like the movies of the Next Generation, but I wasn't really huge into the episodes as much. But I watched all the episodes of the original. I love
Really?
it.
Well,
Yeah.
I'll tell you cool Trek stuff then.
Ooh,
Okay.
okay.
The drum set.
That's right. Oh, wow. Yes, I have to start with this. Okay, here we go. Let's see. Where is that drum set? Let me find it. It would be here. Aha. Now, I don't know if you can see that, but what that says is NCC 1701
I cannot.
on both kick drums.
Oh, that's yeah. I can't see the bottom part. That's awesome.
Yeah,
That's
NCC
great.
1701. So, believe me, I'm in it, and that
That's
wasn't
the
taken.
Enterprise's tail number.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm sure she knows.
Yep. Oh, I love it.
And you know who told her? Al DeMella.
Poor Al.
This is a girl from New Orleans who doesn't like jazz. I mean, how did that? I have a unicorn, but 40 years.
Hi, it's a pleasure to meet you. I know I can't see you, but
That's Lori. That's Lori.
it's nice to meet you, Lori.
You too, Kristen.
And man, so well, let me tell you the cool Trek stuff first.
Yes.
We released my band back in the day released a record, and I'm thinking that it was distributed by something to do with Universal. You know how everything gets all moshed up like that. And we were doing a photo shoot, and they said, "Let's go to Universal lot." And we went onto the set of Deep Space Nine.
Ooh.
And what's her name? 7 of 9 with the thing on her face. She
Yep.
was there. Jerry
Cool.
Ryan. And she had she had a robe. It was just so weird because between takes, they cover her up because she's wearing the suit. And just to see somebody in a robe with the thing, it was like
What happened?
yeah, what's that? Something on your face, and I wasn't a big Deep Space Nine guy.
No, me neither. Nope.
But if you remember anything about it, I think the cook's name was Neelix, and
Yes.
he had
Yep.
feathers for eyebrows or something. We went into his kitchen, and he used to use those bowls that looked like they were chipped out of rock, but they were really made out of plastic. But and then they were shooting, I can't remember, at the same time on the same lot in the same sound stage. They were shooting one of the movies, either 3 or 4, one of those. But the coolest thing was this: we're in Captain Janeway's her quarters.
Recorders.
Right?
Yep.
And there's a window, not unlike the window behind me, right? And the stars are going by not just like this. And as it turns out, there's no glass in the window. And if I was to walk outside of here and look from the outside in, it's all exposed wood. You could get splinters from it if you rubbed your hand around the outside, because it's set. Yeah, it's like, and the space is a black velvet curtain that moves about this slow, and it's got little pieces of tin, actual pieces of tin, snipped off and glued onto it.
Yeah.
Whoa, so it's not even a screen like I would have thought.
Now,
Oh my gosh.
I mean, I don't know how
That's
they're
crazy.
doing it now. Yeah, it was
So
nuts.
high tech.
This was not yet.
Oh yeah, really fancy.
This was late 90s, so I imagine they've gotten some cooler toys now. But it was just so awesome to be back there. And our bass player says, he picks his nose and he says, "You don't think they'll notice an extra planet, do you?"
Oh Lord.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
Yeah, that's my big Star Trek thing. And we did put him on the table in sick bay, and we were scanning him, doing that. But it was fun. It was a good day.
Okay, now Mike Winters, who was one of your sound men,
Mike Winters
says that Kristen is a monster player.
Oh, thank you very much, Mike. We actually started chatting about a week or so ago. We hit it off. So very nice guy.
And he's a good bass player as well, good musician as well. So.
Oh, I definitely have to see him play. I haven't got to meet him in person yet, but hopefully one day. But yeah, he's great.
And so where are you in the world? Where's home?
We're right near Woodstock, so in Spokane, New York. Yep, I sure can. That's what I always have to say.
I know it well. Woodstock. I have friends that lived up there. I did quite a bit of recording up there in the day. That it's great. I'm guessing Bearsville is still there.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if it's still the theater anymore. I think so. I know. I think it, it definitely struggled the past year or so, but I think it's still going. I hope. I haven't really been over that way, honestly, in a while.
Ask somebody's about Mother's Finest. Have you ever heard the stories of Mother's Finest or Mother's Own? Something like. We're going way back, like to the 60s.
Okay.
You must know Leslie West, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I love Leslie.
I played with Leslie for quite a long time, and he used to tell us a story about this place called, it was either Mother's Finest. You'd need to find like an old hippie that's been there forever. Told us about this place called Mother's Finest, where if you thought, this was back in the drug days, where if you thought the heat was on you, you could bring your stash to this place, and they would hold on to it for you in case you were waiting for the heat to come down.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, so it's like a little
research that one. Yeah, research that one. That's
my gosh.
Yeah. Leslie told me that. He said, "I'm being chased by the cops and I'm driving my Bentley, and I stopped at Mother's and gave him my, I guess it was junk or whatever he was doing at the time."
Boy.
Woodstock, man. Woodstock.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, beautiful up there. And
it is nice.
What's the place that I played up there? Joyous Lake. Is that still there?
Yeah, I played there a long time ago. I think it's a store now. It's like a shop now. But I've been in where it was. But when I was a kid, I played there like a long time ago.
Yeah, great.
Very cool place.
I played there when I was a kid too.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And interestingly enough, Rick Danko from the band came to see us play because John Entwistle, our bass player, was an influence of Rick's, and I think it was the last show that he ever saw before he passed. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I bet that was a special moment then, for sure.
Well, he was very cool. He was very low key. Came in and ran out, but it was cool just to know we had him there. So let's go back. How did it start for you?
Oh man, well, my dad got me hooked for sure. I was probably around 5 years old or so. And, my dad got me hooked on Gary Moore, and he was definitely the reason why I started. And, oh my gosh, I remember watching the VHS vids and just trying to like play along with the vids and everything. Like I always loved Empty Rooms, or I was obsessed with Thrills Gone that he did with B.B. King. I remember going nuts trying to learn the licks that he did. And then I started taking lessons when I was around 9 years old. And so then I started to get a little more serious with it. Kind of a special moment. I remember my dad, he had a left-handed Gibson V, or, Gibson Flying V. And I honestly don't remember the year. I was so little at the time, probably 70s, but I'm not sure. But he ended up having it cut down and rebuilt for a little right-handed player because my dad was a lefty. Wow. And so I still have it, it's had some miles, because I'd let my cousins play it when we were kids, but I'll always keep that guitar for sure.
Wow,
but
that's cool.
So it's kind of funny. The Flying V ended up becoming kind of a thing before I really knew that was going to become my main instrument, because for the longest time I was hooked on the Les Pauls like Gary Moore, right?
Right.
And but I got hooked on Michael Schenker, so that kind of brought me into the V's.
Well,
so yeah, a lot of fun. I started recording when I was 13.
Wow. And so let me ask you something. Were you like a child prodigy? I mean, were you like exceptional for your age? Don't worry about it. It's, I mean, and there's a reason that I'm asking. There really is a reason that I'm asking.
Well, people told me that. I never really thought I was, but people told me that. So people were very complimentary,
Yeah, but because of the girl, I asked because of the girl thing. You know what I mean, and not to be misogynistic about any of it, because a player's a player. You close your eyes, you can't see anything. That's it. But
exactly.
I was kind of ahead of the curve when I was 12 and like that. And I was already playing in a band. And I didn't want people saying, "Oh, wow, you're so good for a kid." Hey, man, you know what? I'll grow up and still blow your ass away, because that's,
Yeah.
But,
yes.
And so, what's her name? Orianthi, and Jennifer Batten, killer players. But I wonder if you ever get out from underneath the girl thing, because I think that's like so completely unfair.
Yeah, it's tough. I found that I think as the years have gone, it's become more accepting. But I feel like when I was growing up, that was still like, oh, you're a girl? Well, I guess you're pretty good for a girl. Like it was a little bit harder, I think, to kind of, you had to kind of let the music speak for itself. Like, I know it's like in the beginning, like, I'd go to the open mics when I was a kid, and at first it'd be like, you really, what's she gonna do? Right. I was like 13 when I started doing those. But then like, it's amazing because the music will speak for itself. Like, you always want to be polite and kind, and then you just go for it. Right. And have fun. Yeah. And then people end up being really nice. So, I mean, people should always be nice, but you know what I mean? It seemed like the music kind of helped connect.
I do. Yeah. And I don't want to make your gender any more important than it should be. You know what I mean? You're a player. We're players. That's what we do. And, I admire, I think we're at a sad loss in this business for female players. And I think that's because so many people are like, they put such a stigma on it. I think there would be more female everything if there wasn't, and maybe this is the time. Maybe now, now things have gotten to the place where it's a little less focused on that. It's more focused on your humanity and your music, so.
I think so too. There's so many, there's a lot more, female players coming out more and more. Like when I was on the documentary X Factor, so many killer guitar players, and like that's how I ended up meeting Jennifer Batten actually, and Ori. I met Ori actually at the PRS experience, but we were on the same documentary also. So it was just so cool to see so many great players. I didn't even know, like, Tal Wokenfeld, she's amazing, or Gretchen Menn.
Oh God, she's just I mean, Jeff Beck is not playing with her because she's a girl. You know what I mean? That's just
that's because of her skill. Yep.
And she is just a monster. I mean,
oh my God,
that whole band is great. I mean, Vinny on drums, and it's just but I love her. I love the way she plays, and
oh my gosh,
there's it's coming around. I mean, can you say Sheila E? I mean, what can I say?
Oh yeah. Right. Yep, she's amazing too. Yeah.
What's her name? Stephanie Eulenberg with Kid Rock.
Monster I don't know if I saw her yet. Okay.
I bet you have. She's got blonde hair, big girl, but hits like a frickin', just like a gun. Yeah. And I had
that's
Michael
awesome.
Bradford. I had Michael Bradford on the show. Michael played, you remember Ball with the Ball, the Kid Rock song? He played bass on that track, and Stephanie played drum. They're all from Detroit, but she's just a monster. But,
that's awesome. Yeah, man.
So Flying V.
Oh, yeah.
I have, my friend had like one of the most insane guitar collections on the planet, and he had the number 3 Flying V.
Really? The third one ever made?
Yeah, number 3, really number 3.
Oh my gosh.
And when he passed away, he had the number 2 Explorer and the number 3 Flying V. And when he passed away, they auctioned the collection off, and I'm not sure which one bought which. Eddie Vedder bought one, and Jimmy Page bought the other. I think Jimmy Page bought the V, and Eddie bought the Explorer. But yeah.
Oh my gosh. Imagine having that collection. That's incredible.
Well, I tell you what, he used to have Alan, the guitar tech, come over and take care of it. He had a room for these things. There were over 300 guitars, mostly guitars, with some basses, old 52 plank basses, but just ridiculous stuff. And you know those National guitars that you see? He had every one of those in all the different colors, like plastic looking.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It was so making records there, because he had a proper studio in his house. Making records there was like, ooh, use the 62 Strat.
Yeah. It's like a museum, right? It's like, we'll just
use the 58 Les Paul. It was just, man, talk about fun. I mean, of course, I'm a drummer, so I can't really appreciate it, but I can appreciate it.
Oh, you still can.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I bet that was heavenly.
It was pretty awesome. And I see you've played with some friends of mine. I can't remember everybody because I was looking at your bio, but Billy Sheehan.
Yes, I love Billy. I had him guest on my Mondial series. So it was actually in 2019 we did that, and what a blast. Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
I love Billy.
Monster player, another monster player.
He's a sweetheart too. Really nice guy.
I know. When he's from upstate, even upstate from where you are, New York, and when he left Tallis, before he went out to the West Coast, he was going to put another band together, and so we were kind of bouncing off each other, like because I'm a prog player, and it never happened, but well, that would have been a lot of fun. You know?
Oh my gosh, yeah. You guys should still do it. That'd be awesome.
Hey, if you see him before I do, tell him.
Yep. It's like, hey, come on, Steve's waiting for you.
Yeah, exactly.
That'd be really fun.
Yeah, it would be fun. And I should really look at the list, because I noticed a bunch of people on here that.
Where can we see the documentary that you were talking about, the X Factor?
Yeah.
Oh, blessed. I will get the link and I can send that to you guys. Oh gosh, I'm so bad at the
X Factor. We'll find. There was another.
Yes. Oh, I'm sorry?
Is it on cable?
Yeah.
No, you know what? I think Turn It Up was actually might have been on TV. That's another one I was in.
Is that the 17. One with The Edge and Jack White? Oh no, It's Gonna Get Loud. It might get loud.
Nope. I forget who it was. Kevin Bacon narrated it. It was pretty cool.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it was really cool. That was years ago. Yeah, I was 17.
Well, I played with the loudest single instrument on the planet, so I know about Turn It Up.
Yes.
Michael Schaeffer. I know Carmine. You played with Carmine.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
And Gene Cornish is a great friend of mine.
I love
still
Gene.
To this day.
Yes,
and,
he's a sweetheart.
And Gerardo Velez.
Oh,
yeah. Oh, yeah.
I mean...
Yeah, lots of killer players.
How cool do you think it was to play with Hendrix at Woodstock?
Oh, that must have been an honor. Oh my gosh.
Come on. I mean, we talk about it all the time. Hendrix is like my go-to everything. You know, there are a lot of musicians and bands that shaped my style and my direction, but Hendrix was defining for me.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
I mean, that's just, he was the guy. But so and when I saw James Burton, obviously, but Michael Schenker, the interesting thing about Michael Schenker is him and Rudy have their guitars made. Well, they did. I don't know if they still do. By Dean, and Dean redid that Flying V for them, and I endorse D-Drum, which is Dean. And I went up to the factory and saw how they had the CNC machine cutting those out, and we actually we did a show at the Playboy Mansion, my solo trio, and we used my guitar player Mark used Rudy's Flying V, but it was like all carved, and what an awesome guitar.
Cool.
And Dean wound up, before Elliot passed, they wound up building one for Mark, and it was just, he just loved it.
Oh,
So,
man. I bet that was awesome.
it was cool.
Yeah.
So what I'm you know, Paul, I've known Paul forever, PRS, and I think that's probably the coolest new shape, since the Strat, or since the
Check
Flying.
this one out. She's playing like
That
a rainbow.
that's a PRS.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Oh, the documentary. I'm such a dope. I forgot. It's She Rocks. That's the documentary.
She rocks.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry. So, yep.
Okay, no,
Yes.
that's okay.
Yep. I had to, it's been a little bit. Been a couple years.
Hey, believe me,
Yeah.
you know, talk about forgetting things, you know, it happens. It happens. But I love gear. I'm a gear slut. I love
Yes.
gear. But I saw that you had a 4x12 cabinet that lights up. Tell me about tell me about that.
Oh yeah, those are aftershock cabinets. I don't think they're made anymore, but I believe they were based out of Florida. And it's so cool. You can like pick the different colors you want. So I think my dad has more fun with that than I do. Because he'll be using that, and then we got the fog machines, and he'll like just overdo it to the point where like you can't see us at all.
Yeah,
It's hilarious. Yeah, we're like, my mom will be like, Keith, I think that's enough smoke. But oh yeah, it's fun. We have fun with the lights and all that. And
You should. You
oh
should.
yeah,
have
no, I
fun.
love those cabinets. They're great. Yeah,
Go ahead. No, you what?
I was just saying, I wish they kept making them. It's sad, but I'm pretty sure they aren't made anymore. But
Yeah.
but
Well,
I love
listen,
them.
I'm down in Florida, so I'll look for you if you want.
Okay, that'd be awesome. Thank
And
you.
was it Celestians or Fanes? What were in there? Do you remember?
Oh, I use Eminence speakers.
Oh, that's right. I saw that
Yeah.
in your bio. Eminence. Yeah.
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah, I love Eminence. We got to meet them at NAMM actually years ago, and such kind people. Everyone was just so nice, and it's so cool to get to meet the people behind the gear that you're using and see how nice everybody is. And
Oh,
yeah, no,
but
I've been
it-
using their stuff for years. I love it.
Yeah,
Yep.
my guitar player was on the cover of the DiMarzio catalog one year because he used Larry's pickups, and yeah, there's nothing like the people. I mean, that's why I fly the endorsements, man, because without those, it's not easy. I mean, gear's not
Yeah,
cheap.
it's tough.
You know?
No, it's not.
But I'll
Yeah.
bet you're like me. I won't endorse something that I wouldn't buy.
Yeah, no, you got to be particular. Yeah, no, I'm picky.
Yeah, and Paul. I mean, PRS. I love those guitars.
Yeah, they're gorgeous. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, that was a fun experience. I went there back in 2010. That's where I met Bernie Marsden for the first time, also,
Ah.
and Ori, and oh my gosh, there's so many. Do you know Nicky Morrock?
I know
He's
the name.
David Sanborn's guitar player. He's like a big session guy. He's great.
Okay,
And
yeah,
I
yeah.
studied with him actually. Like he's not a guitar teacher, but he was so cool. And I started learning from him. I was like, I think around 18 when I started playing with him. And so it was cool. Like I got to see him there, and he's like, yeah, I discovered her. I found her. It was cute. I was like, ooh, that's awesome. But
man,
it was
that-
cute. He was like very proud. It was really nice. But
as you
it's
should
cool.
be proud. That's if you find somebody that's talented. That was the thing for me after, and especially in the past 5 or 10 years, I was always looking for people to produce or to write for or to kind of nurture. I mean, it gets to a point you're about maybe halfway there, but it gets to a point where 300 nights on the road gets a little old after a while.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah.
But this sequestered no gig for years is a little weird too. So
Yeah. No, I don't like it. It's just really strange.
Well, and I was saying that I had a guy on last night, Rich Verge, who, I mean, we all came up in the 70s, and there was just a monster music scene in the 70s in New York and New Jersey and in Connecticut. It was, it was kind of like this little microcosm of the whole music industry, and you could play 6 nights a week, 50 weeks a year, and the clubs were getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and there was like little concert halls. And then the drinking age changed, and the whole thing went away, and that was that. But I was talking to Rich, and he's now down in Aruba, and
really,
he migrated down there, and but we were just we were going over what a blast it was back then, because there was so much work and so many places to play, and it's
so different now. Yeah. I would have loved to have grown up during that time. It sounded amazing.
Yeah. And I said to him, I said to him, because I was, I would have been in my 20s in the 70s, I guess. Yeah. Teens and 20s. And if this had happened, this COVID thing had happened then, I don't know what I would have done. Because I've always been in a band. I've been a pro since I'm like 12 or 13. And on Monday nights when there was no gig, I used to be pacing back and forth in my bedroom saying, when do we get to play?
I know.
I can't even imagine how nuts it must be driving you not to get out there and rip it.
No, it's really strange. I mean, it's been like almost 2 years. Like I sat in with some people, but it's been crazy. Yeah, it's been good for writing though. Like, that I've been doing and stuff, and getting into the Pro Tools more. Right? Like before that, I was right. We're kind of spoiled, and it's like, we can go to the studio and all that. But during this time, it kind of like forces you to have to start doing it yourself, which is a good thing. I mean, it's a good thing to learn.
Absolutely.
But I want to get out and do shows.
Yeah, me too. Sure. But do you have a Pro Tools rig? You got a Pro Tools rig?
Yep. I'm still learning and stuff. But I got into the control surfaces. So I got the Ovid control surfaces. I've been really liking that.
I'm going to have to show you this, I guess. Whoops.
Let's see.
That's my...
yeah. Is that the Control 24?
You bet it is. C24.
Yeah. Yes. Oh, that's gorgeous.
Yeah,
that is awesome.
So, and I have a nice live room. That's here in my house. And so, when we decided on our forever home, what was it, 13 years ago? Or oh yeah, it was funny because I'm in Fort Myers, Florida, on the West Coast, right? And I figured, when I left New York, I thought, well, that's it, man. What am I going to do? And then I run into the bass player from AC/DC, Cliff Williams, who's a neighbor. And
that's awesome.
And it's like, man, anytime you want to jam, my guitar player has a room in my house. I fly him down from New York. And he said, well, my singer, Brian Johnson, lives up in Sarasota. So if you want to get together. And so we start writing material. I'm writing lyrics with Brian, and Mark and I are writing the music. And I said, we got to record this stuff. There's no recording studio here. You either got to go to Miami or up to Tampa. There was one little place that we managed to eke it out, and that was it. When we found this house after that whole thing, we built a studio so that I would never have to worry about getting good drum sounds again.
Yes. It makes such a difference, like when you can have the full control of everything, and it's awesome.
Yeah. So listen, you're welcome anytime. But I'm sure
thank you.
Angus told you about the peas, right? He told you about Pass the Peas?
Yes, that sounds really fun. Yes.
So what I usually do is I send an MP3, and then you can do whatever you want to it, and then you can send me back the stem, or I can send you the stems, and you can send it to whoever you want for bass, and or you
sounds
can
really fun
or dance on it, whatever. It's we have such a good time with it. I mean, just really such a good time with it. So.
I would love to do it. Serve it up. Serve up the peas.
Consider it served. Consider it served. You'll have a track by tomorrow, the weekend, the latest.
Okay.
And I'm sure he told you about Free for All Fridays too, right?
Yes, that sounded really fun too.
It's fun, man. I mean, it's just, I'll tell you the thing. I toured. I don't ever remember not being in a band. It's a lifestyle. and you don't really realize how weird it is being a full-time lifer musician until you go to where the civilians are, and it's like you start talking about, oh yeah, I'm playing with this guy or that guy, and it's like, what? They're talking about money management and real estate holdings,
I know.
IPOs, and it's like, what? What?
IPO.
Yeah, IPOs. Yeah, initial. I know what it is now. Initial public offering.
Oh.
I'll be honest, I didn't know that one.
Of a corporation. It's well, when you hang out with the civvies, you gotta learn their language so you blend in a little bit. So lawyers, and it's crazy.
Yeah.
But, what's music now for you? What's I realize that we have this crazy thing going on, but what's now? What's current for you?
Well, what we've been doing, it's pretty fun. So I've been writing songs at home, and I'll come up with kind of like a rough demo at home, and then I'll send it out to the guys. So, I send it to Mike, of course, Mike Sorrentino, and we've been using Greg Smith on bass. Yeah, Greg, I'm sure. Greg. Yeah, he's a sweetheart and killer player. So I've been sending it to him, and I don't know if you know Desiree. Well, she's married now, but Desiree Bassett. Desiree Ragosa now, but he actually played with Ted Nugent too. She's awesome. Yep. So we did a couple music videos together. So it's cool. So we'll do 3 songs per clip, you know what I mean? And we'll do music videos. So then they'll be up on my website. So we'll not only have new material released, but we'll have the video also. So that's been fun. So we're doing at Daryl's house, right in Pauling, New York. Sorry, yep, I forget you're not in New York. Yep. But and really fun. So we've been doing that, and so at least by the time when we do get to do shows again, we'll have a ton of new material. So that'd be good.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like you got great players. I mean, I know all those.
Yeah, I love Greg.
Monster players, but don't forget about me. I'm down here, and send me a track. I'll send you.
I would love to. Absolutely.
Bring it.
All right, I will send you some stuff.
Yeah, cool.
Website, so tell the people.
What's the website so that we can type it out and get the people heading your way?
Yep.
KristenCapolino.com. So just my name, nice and easy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mine's the same. It's not Kristen Capolino.
Hey, you have the same site. What are the odds?
Yeah, but mine's .org. No. .net. I'm Kristen Capolino.net. Because somebody got my URL before I got to it. I don't know.
AOL. Yeah, AOL. Yeah.
Oh, AOL, right.
Ooh, mine's Gmail. Yeah.
AOL. Yeah. So, we got to make some music together. That would be fun for me. I mean, I would love it. Yeah. Cool.
Let's do it.
We will. I mean, trust me, you're going to have a track. You're going to have a drum track to play to in next to no time. But
I'm
I would
excited.
really love to. I'd love to create some stuff with you. Just because I love new players. I love playing with new people. And the reason that I did this show in this format is one of the things that I really miss is connecting with other players, the opening act, or you're the opening act, or whatever it is. And I run into Greg. I mean, I've done more than my share of gigs with Greg when we were all on other tours. And, it's just a hang. So, this
that's probably the biggest part I miss, just connecting with people, playing with people. It's just so weird.
Yeah.
It's like we don't get out much. That's what it feels like right now, But no, I can't wait.
Me, we'll make some music together. Like I said, I'll send you the P's, and then you can send it to Greg or send it to anybody that you want.
Okay.
And because the fun thing for me is when I first started doing it, I sent a track to Booker King, who is a monster bass player, and the guy's got more chops than a butcher shop. And he sent it back, and I cut to a grid in Pro Tools, so I'm cutting to time, which means that it's going to come back, and I can he played such cool stuff that I said, wow, I have to respond to this. And I wiped my drum track that I sent him and replayed to his bass part. And then we sent it to this guy and we sent it to that guy. And man, it's just ridiculous how much fun it is.
That was fun.
Oh, you're on. You're on.
Yeah, I'm excited. That's going to be so much fun.
Yeah, be excited, man, because it's music. And I'm glad that, gigs are opening up again, and we do have this cyber world. I mean, I don't know what I would have done back in the dark ages without because because there was no internet, there was nothing, and
I couldn't imagine.
In the late 80s and 90s, there was only MIDI, right? And so you could send MIDI files, and as long as they had the same interface on the other end, it would kind of work. But man, it's coming for you. It's coming.
Oh, that's going to be fun.
Look, my producer is telling me to play my ad to pay my bills. So I'm going to put you on hold for a minute. I'll meet you back here. And Angus gave you the dreaded career-defining questions.
Yes, I will look at those again. But yes, they were pretty straightforward. But...
You got about 45 seconds. I'll meet you back here.
See you in a minute.
See you then.
Most of you know I live in Southwest Florida now, and one of my favorite places to grab a bite to eat is Jason's Deli. Scott and Diana Willis have been in business here for over 20 years. The truth is, Jason's Deli has bigger choices of better food. You can eat healthy and enjoy the taste of quality ingredients. They're open 7 days a week for dine-in, pick-up, or deli delivery. With 4 convenient locations from Naples to Cape Coral, Florida, they are a must-try. Jason's Deli, where all good things come from wholesome ingredients. And Bradley's Jewelers in South Fort Myers. Diamonds, bridal, you name it, estate, custom design, and expert repair. Bradley's Jewelers, South Fort Myers. They specialize in amazing moments.
Yeah, so listen, if you need some diamonds or a watch or a sandwich, come on down. I got you covered.
Oh, that's awesome.
So let me ask you one thing, because now I'm going through the tracks to send you. I'm thinking, what do I? What's your favorite genre? I mean, if you really consider your sweet spot, what?
That's a hard. I mean, I'm mainly a rocker, but I like the kind of fusion stuff too. Because I love Al Di Meola, so I like that kind of. I'm getting into R&B also, kind of the funky stuff a little bit, but and even a little bit of the bluegrass thing. I mean, I wouldn't say I'm still getting comfortable with that style, but I love all that stuff too. Like
but you like the prog.
Yeah, it's really cool. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Do you like Knower?
Yeah, have you heard of Knower?
No, I don't think so.
Oh man, and which puppy is it? What's the puppy? Snarky Puppy. Have you heard them?
No, I got some new people to check out.
Oh man,
People come on the show.
Yeah, when they
tell us about.
Yeah, we hear about difference, because you can't stay on top of everything. But it's funny, because I had a guy on the other night who was telling me about Snarky Puppy and Knower, and I had heard about Knower. Knower's like a duet,
and they're like your age.
Yeah, they're
cool.
your age, and he said, yeah, these are the young guns. And man, I'm telling you, you want to get your bun toasted. This is it's great. It's really great music.
I'm gonna have to check them out.
Yeah.
Is it Knoer?
No, like
or like you know her, KNO. Okay, W.
Yeah, KNOWER, and Snarky Puppy.
Okay.
Yeah.
But and they do this thing where they jam together and live. I mean, talk about wow.
Yeah.
Because I love
gotta
the
check
prog.
this out.
I really love the prog, because I like to think I get paid by the note. So
I love all that odd time stuff. Yeah.
Okay. Now I might have to go in and cut a special track just for you.
I'm excited. It sounds like it'll be a challenge, but fun.
I am bringing this. I'll be in there.
Yes.
I'll be in there tomorrow laying track.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're going to have some fun. But, okay, well, listen, on to the all-important questions. And this is a fun one. You know, I mean, they're all just meant to be lighthearted fun. But in all your travels, you know, and I'm sure I know you've been to NAMM, so you've certainly been across the country and done your share of touring. And, you know, there's got to be one restaurant somewhere that sticks out in your mind.
I love Loveless Cafe in Nashville. That's one of our favorites. Yeah, because I used to record down there a lot. So my parents and I would always make it, you know, that's like the special treat we would go to when we went down to Nashville. Like we would go there once a month for a while because I recorded my third album there these days. Wow. Do you know Kenny Greenberg?
Yeah, I do know Kenny Greenberg.
Right. Yep. Yeah. He produced that one. So really fun. There you go. Yeah. Yep. So that was really cool.
Doesn't Jeff Seitz live down there?
Nashville.
That sounds really familiar. I don't know if I met him or not.
Well, you might have. He's Stuart Copeland's tech.
Okay. I've heard the name for sure.
Yeah, he's been with he's been with the Police for 41 years, but he's out with Stuart now because they're doing an orchestra thing, and it's cool. But I think it was him that said something about the Loveless Cafe.
Yeah,
it's good.
It's a gift basket from there, like biscuit mix.
That's right.
That's it. The biscuits are amazing. Oh my God.
Good. Yeah. Grits. Yeah.
Yeah, people
it's
send
amazing
because they think we're in the Florida wasteland and we get no food down here.
No, they know we like food.
See, you're gonna have to show us some places. 'Cause at some point, I kind of want to move to Florida. Like I'm so over New York, honestly. Yeah, I really want to go down there, honestly. Like, I'm always cold, so, like, that's the place to be. So, but I did wonder about the food. I did wonder about that. So, I'm a foodie.
Actually, the food is really good now. I mean, it's gotten, we've been here, 17 years? And it was like, when we first got here, but now there's, like, actual pizza that tastes like pizza. And, there's great restaurants, and, it's worked itself out, so there's some good things to eat. You'll be fine.
Okay, that's good to know.
Yeah, our coast has more nature.
Yeah. The West Coast is kind of more dolphins, and the East Coast is kind of more sharks. But
if you get the,
if you get the. But it's cool, man. I mean, and there really is a music scene down here now. There's and if you ever want to, whether you're living here or not, I have a bunch of friends that own some killer theaters, and if you're ever looking for a Florida date, I've got a couple of them I'll throw your way, and
Oh, that would be great. Thank you.
Yeah, I'd love it. See her play. I want to play with her.
You should play with me. Yeah, that would be fantastic.
Yeah, I know it will be, especially if Greg's playing bass.
I was about to say he's been in Florida, so I was like,
and we, like I said, we played together before, and so we lock. It's a bass player drummer thing. If you don't lock, it doesn't work. But
don't forget Jason's Deli.
Yeah,
that's a good place to eat.
That's a very good place to eat. Okay,
all right.
We got the restaurant out of the way.
Cafe,
yeah.
Well,
it's a good one.
Okay. So and it doesn't matter where, when the set list comes out. Favorite song to play live? I love playing this song. What song is that?
This is the hardest question of them all, because it's hard. Like I was talking to my family about it, because I was like, I really like this one. Oh, I like this one. So it's hard. So I do like my own rendition of "Straight Up" by Paula Abdul.
Oh yeah.
And it's like, it sounds pretty different from the original. And we usually play as the last song in the set list. And I love doing that one because like I'll go wireless and I go out into the crowd and we're all like jumping and having a good time. It's so much fun. And it's cute because you'll see like big tough guys singing, straight up, now tell me, do you really want to, and at first they're like looking like, oh my God, I know what this song is. Because at first they're like, what is that? Oh, they're like, you can see it like click. But that's really fun.
Yeah. And what's the instrumentation in your band, in your group?
Oh, so I have, of course, drums, bass. Usually I have a rhythm guitar player. And then sometimes I'll have a keyboard player. and then of course myself. So and then I'll have usually two backing vocals too.
No,
So,
and can I hear that arrangement? Is it out there? I mean, I'm going to.
oh yeah, it's right on my website. Yeah, yep. If you go to, it's cool. It's a free subscription, and you just put your email in under the Monday House section, and you'll see the show I did with Billy Sheehan. So another favorite song is Oblivion. Oh my God. Yeah.
Okay,
so we did that together.
That
one, I admit, I was nervous about that one. I was like sweating, but we had such a good time. He's like, that was great. He was so happy. So that, I admit, I was nervous about that one, but that was a challenge. But that's one of my favorites.
That'd be a good trio. You, me, and Billy. We'd be a good trio. You'd be and Billy.
Oh, come on, you're killing me.
Oh, no,
yes,
that's the last thing I want to do. I just found you. I don't want to kill you. Okay. So now the set list comes out, and hopefully you haven't played any weddings or anything like that, but your least favorite song to play.
Oh, so like when we do shows, like it's fun. Like my dad's, my manager, he's kind of produces, right? So he'll throw song suggestions out there. And a lot of the ones have worked really well. Like we both love Greengrass and High Tides by the Outlaws, right? That's a favorite. But this one I did not like. Low Budget by the Kinks. We tried it once, and he's like, "Can you just try it?" And I hated it. We did it for one show, and I was like, "I am not doing that again."
I tell you what, Dad,
I hated it. Cool. No.
We're gonna have to invite Dad on the show. He's a player, right? Does he still play?
He doesn't really play. He has a good ear, but he didn't really get past like bar chords or even that. Like, let's just say I never got to meet my grandfather. Sadly, he passed when my dad was young. But my dad always tells me the funny story that his parents were saints, but he was so bad that they used to turn off the circuit breaker to his room. Yeah. So the only time I really heard my dad play is when he would test out my wireless.
Well, that's why I play
was
drums.
Cute. My mom and I'd be like, oh.
That's why
my dad has a great ear, though. You're
not pulling any plugs on me, man. That's all there is to it. Well, listen.
No.
Dad did a great thing, man. By launching you into the business, he did a great thing. So props to Dad.
Okay, now Mike Winters has.
Yes.
Mike Winters coming back.
He said Kristen nailed it playing Oblivion with Billy. I recommend checking out that video for sure. All right, so we'll have to check that out.
Thank you so much, darling.
I
love that song. So
Mike's
much fun.
He's a fine guy. He worked with my band back in the day for a long time. He's a good guy and he knows his stuff. So
he is.
I'll be checking that out.
Yeah, we hit it off.
He's a good guy.
It was awesome. He told me about you guys, and he's a sweetheart.
Well, it depends on what he told you, but that's
only good things.
Yeah. There's a lot of good stuff. Okay, so now where am I? Okay. Now this is going to be an interesting one for you because if you couldn't play, if you weren't a guitar player, you could play any other instrument on the planet. Classical, harp, timpani, anything, and absolutely shred at it. What would it be?
Yes, I'm actually torn between the bass because it is awesome. Like I goof around on it. I'm not great at it, but I really like it. But you know what always seemed cool? The violin. Like imagine, like that'd be so cool to be amazing at the violin. We found this busted one at our house that, we moved into here. We've been here for about 18 years. And I don't know, I think my parents found like this busted old violin that was like falling apart. And I kind of got obsessed with it for a little while. It was so bad. Like it was really bad. So I was like trying to play, but I still don't really understand it. I didn't really pick it up like the guitar, that's for sure. So I ended up just driving people nuts, and it was fun because it was just like, it was bad.
Well, I'll turn you on to a very cool guy, and if you do NAMM, you've probably seen him.
Yeah, Mark Wood.
Mark Wood. Do you know who that is?
I probably saw him. I don't remember.
Okay,
It's been years.
very easy. Mark Wood, right? And he invented this instrument called the Viper, and it's is it 6 strings or 7 strings violin, but it's man, just
He plays rock with an orchestra.
He rips the hell out of this thing, and talk about smears on a violin's fretless. You gotta go check him out, Mark Wood, and the Viper is the instrument that he invented. And the cool thing about it is, you know how you have that stupid thing on a violin that you have to keep on your skin. This is made so it's got a strap, so you can just play it and let go of it, and it stays there.
Oh, that's cool. So you're not all uncomfortable.
Out, man. He will.
I want one of those.
He'll blow your mind.
Yeah.
I mean, he
rocks.
Yeah, and he's at NAMM every year, and he's a monster player, and his kid plays drums for Shania Twain. I mean, and his wife is a killer singer. Check them out.
Gosh.
Mark Wood and the Viper.
Okay.
You will love that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, so,
maybe I'll figure that thing out.
Oh man. Well, I said to him, what, because you look at a 5-string bass, and I always ask the guys, do you tune it to a low B? And then the 6th string has a high C, I guess, on it. So I asked Mark, what's the stringing of the Viper? I'm guessing it's 6 strings, but maybe it's 7. And he said it goes all the way up to the highest note on a violin and all the way down to the lowest note on a cello.
Ooh,
so he's got cello scales, viola scales, and violin scales all in one instrument. Just go listen to this guy play, man. I'm telling you. And we could drag him into the peas.
Well, Mike Winter's
let's serve him. Yes, we'll serve him some peas too.
Yeah, absolutely. They just moved to Arizona, so I'm still waiting for him to return his peas. But this is the beautiful thing about the show and the internet and the time that we live in. I mean, it sucks that the brakes get put on your career right in the but it does give you a chance to develop other things and other skill sets like Pro Tools and writing and So there you go. I mean, it's all good. And so the big question, this will be an interesting one for me to hear you answer. If you could play one live show, with anybody or any combination of people, living or dead, who would it be?
Probably Gary Moore for sure. He was definitely on my wish list. Oh my gosh. I mean, it'd be pretty amazing to have, Mike Sortino or you on drums, and then have Gary Moore, maybe have Flea on bass. I never got to meet him, but he's on my wish list. Yeah. Oh my gosh. You probably know Rev then, right? Rev Jones?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I love Rev. Yep. So it was cool. We had him guest on 2 years ago. He sat in with us and with Gerardo Velez actually, and Corey Glover. Sorry. Yep. So we all played together. It was really fun.
Well, I played with Corey. Booker King, who comes in every Friday night, the bass player, is playing with Corey tonight at the bitter end.
Really? Oh, that's awesome. That's so cool. That's a small
probably a little too late to catch the set, but
I love it there actually. The bitter end's great.
You know what? It's a tiny little business that we're in. Everybody thinks there's all these. It's 2 degrees of separation, and we all know the same people. And I feel like I've known you forever. And
yes,
this is a blast, man. This is very cool. So, and Gary Moore, great choice.
Yeah.
When you find the player in your career that resonates with you, that's
that was amazing.
Yeah, that's the thing, man. And I've had several, and interesting that you played with Gene, because I remember, very funny.
She played with Gene or
Gene Cornish.
Yeah. He was the first my first Monday Owl show. You'll see it on the website. It's on there. Yep. So much fun.
I'm calling him up when we get off the phone.
Yes.
I just got a joke from him the other day. He sends me jokes, and it's he'll call up and tell me a joke. You hear about the and then hangs up the phone.
Yeah, he's adorable.
Oh man, I'll tell you what, I love Gene Cornish. He was my first probably guitar hero before Hendrix.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Concert was
it was my first concert was the Rascals, and he was playing that Black Barney Kessel, and it was like, oh my God,
but that was amazing.
Oh, it was, man. It was very, very cool. So, well, we have a lot more to talk about, you and I.
Yes, we do.
But if any Friday, you're welcome. Any Friday,
thank you.
Tomorrow, any Friday, and
you can stop by for 5 minutes.
Yeah,
or for the whole
come
hour. Doesn't matter.
Thank you very much. I'd love that.
Have a good time. It's great people in there, and if we know you're coming in, I'll hit Greg up and get him to come in, and it's fun, man. And so have you played with Corey?
Yes. So I had him guest on 2 years ago. And unfortunately, the weather was a little yucky. It was like this outdoor thing, but we still had a great time. And it was really cool. We did some duet kind of stuff, and he was amazing.
He's amazing.
Really cool.
I played with him, when I was still living in New York. We used to go to a place called La Barbat on 57th Street, and we just tear it. It's the old media sound, but I'm doing a history of the world, and we don't want to.
Yes. Do that. Oh, it's awesome. Yeah.
But man, I am going to throw down with you, man. I am throwing down with you.
And we're going to go watch you play.
I can't wait.
Well, I'm going to call Gene, and then I'm watching you play, and then I'm thinking, what can I?
I think we got to watch you play first, and then call Gene.
All right. Well, yeah.
You got to see us. But it was so cool because it's so much fun. So the way we met was actually I play in the Westchester All-Stars for Christmas for Wounded Veterans concerts. Sorry, it's a mouthful. And it's really awesome. My good friend Bill Edwards puts it together. So that's where I met Carmine. That's where I met Gene. And that's where I started playing with them, for the first time. And Gene's just such a sweetheart. We hit it off, and I ended up inviting him to do my first Monday Owl, and he jumped on it. And it's just so cool because, right, our styles are very different, but we connect, and it's just so cool. Really fun.
He is part of like a classic moment in time. And I'll tell you a funny Gene story real quick. And it was 1970, and I'm recording at CBS Studios. We were trading our band as a backing band for studio time. And the band before us in Studio A was the Rascals. And I'm like,
oh man.
I'm 16, 15, whatever it was. And I'm just freaking because there's the Rascals. And I got friendly with Gene years later. And we actually played in a band together for a little while and so on and so forth. And I finally, and I'm not one of those guys, ooh, do you remember? I don't do that. But it wasn't that long ago. A couple of years ago, he told me, his book was coming out. And if you haven't read it, it's a great book.
Yeah.
But,
all right, I got to get that.
But I said to him, Gene, do you remember recording at CBS? And he said, I certainly do. 1970. I said, really, you remember? Because we had the session afterwards. He said, yeah, I'll never forget it. That's the day we broke up.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
I guess I should do this, right?
Yeah. Oh, gosh.
Story.
Yeah, true story.
Oh,
listen,
man.
You are a gem. I can't wait to make music with you. And all good things. I'm going to go and watch your stuff right now, and you'll be hearing from me shortly.
Oh, I can't wait. We're going to have a lot of fun.
Oh, yes, we are. Count on it. Count on it. And thank you for being here. This was really a blast.
Oh, thank you so much for having me, dear. This was so much fun.
You're welcome, man. Listen, I can't wait to see what the future holds.
Oh, thank you very much. So I have a feeling we will be doing some fun stuff together. I'm excited.
Oh, count on it. I'm a guy who likes to make things happen. So believe me, it's going to happen.
I'm excited.
All right. I will talk to you soon. Have a great, great night. And tell Dad he did the right thing.
Yeah.
Well, hope that'll make his day. Thank you.
Okay, cool. All right, take care, Chris.
It's nice to meet you both. Have a great night, guys.
I'll see you again.
Bye.
All right. Bye-bye, guys.
Wow, man.
Yeah.
I can't wait. I can't wait to throw down with her.
She was great.
Yeah, really, man. Well, listen, but that's players, you know what I mean? I tell you guys all the time, that's what it is. It doesn't matter how old, it doesn't matter where you live, it doesn't matter who you are, if you're a player and you're a real player, you got a family that stretches around the world and that loves you the minute that they see you.
Let me tell you, she's playing with some good players.
Yeah. Well, I'll have to bring my A game.
And she's on 3 documentaries that we have to check out.
Yeah. Well, hey, listen.
She Rocks, Turn It Up, and The Axe Factor.
Yeah, and Kristen Capolino, man, check her out because if, well, you know why. Because you never know where the next amazing thing is coming from, and I can't wait to listen to her stuff. So, props out to Kristen, and there you go, kids. You know, it's a beautiful thing that we do here, and I'm happy to be in this musical family. So
Tomorrow night.
Yeah, go ahead.
For all Friday.
Oh, okay. You don't have any names.
No.
We're not having Al DeMella on
No
tomorrow.
Al DeMella.
I didn't even get to ask her about Al DeMiola. But hey, listen. You know what? It's not about Al. It's about Kristen. So, you know how it goes here. You know how it goes. It goes like this. If I don't see you in the future, I'll see you in the pasture.
Good night, everybody.
Take care, kids.